Papa Squat, coming at ya. Hey everybody, we have a song sent in by one of the patrons. You can find information about Patreon down below, or Cash App, or PayPal. I forget what I've got down there. If you want to send me a buck or two and say, listen to this song, I will eventually get to it. Actually, my list right now is not particularly long, although I have a couple in email that I haven't checked on yet. I recorded a video today, a YouTube slash podcast with Guys in Chairs. I can't believe I keep forgetting to look this up. Let me do that while we're right here. But they had me on to talk about the new Pierre Bourne album that just came out this last week. And we talked about that. We talked about an album that I suggested us do. And that was Combat Rock by The Clash. It could kind of be anything. They just said, give us a song that you have like some memory of its being significant to you, being important to you, whatever. And so I sent them that. Sorry, I'm looking over here as we are talking about this. The Chair Guys podcast. That is what it is. Let me open this quick. I'll include a link down below here for them as well. And but they had me on and we talked about this Pierre Bourne album. Absolutely thought it was a very good album. 23 songs, 70-some minutes long, but even so, there are some absolutely great tracks on there. And so we talk about that during the podcast or during the video. It'll come out later this week, and I'll put a link up. Just want to let you know. And again, go check out what the Guys in Chairs do, and give them a follow, and check out some of their other videos. And I'll post about that video once it goes live. For right now, let's listen to a song that was sent in by one of my patrons. Quantity was the name. And the song's only 1 minute and 25 seconds. It's from XXXTENTACION. I've been wanting to listen to more by him, so this is awesome, and I think we'll have another song by him in the next couple of days. Also sent in by Quantity, and let's jump into this. Came out in 2015. Genius has a little bit of information here. Genius says, let's pretend we're numb. I can move this over here. Is another softer, more emotional song from X. The beat produced by Cade, Khaed, samples parts from Yuna's Someone Out of Town. Someone Out of Town. X is rapping about a girl, most likely his ex-girlfriend Cynthia, and what it feels like seeing each other after their relationship ended in a bad way. He knows that she misses him and is trying to use other guys to make X jealous. Likewise, X is trying to do the same with girls, but they aren't giving him the same emotional connections as his ex-girlfriend. Towards the end of the song, X raps about the anger he feels when he's thinking about her and starts to blame himself for losing her. That's fun. So, kind of interesting. This is another one of those artists who's absolutely just letting us into their world and talking about what he needs to talk about in order to process what's happening in his life. Really interesting. Anyway, from 2015, Let's Pretend We're Numb. Really good name for a song, especially after having read what we just read. Let's just pretend it doesn't matter to us, that we just don't care anymore, and it's all bullshit. So, let's go. What did I say, like 2 minutes long? Minute 25.
As a fair one and everyone listen to the song, I advise you not hide your feelings. Don't pretend to be okay when you're not okay. Don't pretend to be happy when you're sad. Don't lead to your misery.
Yes. I mean, I talk about that a lot here too, right? Like, your reality and the reality of everybody around you is based on information, and if you lie or you hide how you're feeling, what you're thinking, then the people around you and you are working with incomplete information. You can't make correct choices. You can't support your partner if you don't know that they're upset for X, Y, and Z reason. or they're happy for X, Y, and Z reason, or they're frustrated, or they're whatever. You gotta tell people how you actually feel in order for you to get what you need and for them to get what they need, because that otherwise it's impossible. It's literally impossible. I can't stress that enough. So I'm right here with X right off the bat. Starting over.
It's a fair one and everyone listen to the song. I advise you not hide your feelings. Don't pretend to be okay when you're not okay. Don't pretend to be happy when you're sad. It'll only lead to your misery. No, you fucking hate it when you hear my name. I feel the same, and when you hear this, you gon' feel the pain. And all these.
Oh, I like that transition. So when he when he finishes speaking, and there's that little bit of, I don't know, there's something right before he comes in, and I did not expect him to come in that hard. But it really was kind of a nice, light little thing, and then he comes in, really a fantastic transition. This.
No, you fucking hate it when you hear my name. I feel the same, and when you hear this, you gon' feel the pain. And all these niggas that you fucking with to get away. But girl, I know you think about it almost every day. And I'll be honest, I'll be jealous of these niggas true. How you friendly with these niggas that you talk to? Captivated by your mind that you walk to. Can't replace you with these bitches that I talk to. This ain't less, this love we had. Trust was good, I should've held you close. Should've kept you warm, and when the rain is falling, wonder who you call. Don't pray to God, you rather cry your call. Don't jump, pretend it don't hurt, repeat, I won't stump. My feet in the rage, my nigga, I'm no chump. Need you when I crave you, hate you. Think I ripped the wings off of my fucking angel. Don't hold it down. WRAC. I'll forever be the elephant in the room. I'll always love you. Sorry.
Great song. Love the music. I love how, like I said, I love how he comes in just like super hard. Like, you know, he's emotionally invested in this song, like in the performance of it, right? I don't know if his emotions are that intense necessarily from minute to minute thinking about this woman, but that's part of the performance, and he brings that to it, and it's really fantastic. His lyrics are perfect. His rap, like the flow, everything is fantastic. I mean, just really, really good. Very self-aware. I think there's a little bit of ego behind "I'll forever be the elephant in the room," but I mean, he's kind of gotta feel like that. He's a pretty popular guy. He's pretty famous. He's gonna stand out as an ex-boyfriend, and like, hopefully people don't ask about it all the time with her, but even so, like, he's still telling her right out in public, like, I'm sorry, I should have been there for you, I should have been better, I should have done more, whatever it was, because he felt like he had a real connection with her. Really, really, just a great song. I mean, it's a good relationship song, and it's a no bullshit song. It's just, this is how he feels, and he's just laying it out for us, and people identify with it because they feel the same way, but maybe they can't say it out loud, and he's saying it for us, and you really should say it out loud. You gotta tell the truth. And that's the one thing I wanted to say too. I thought of this before as I mentioned that, is you need to tell people what you need, but the other person also needs to do the same thing. Like, that has to be part of it. So if X went to his ex and said, his ex-girlfriend and said, I'm sorry, I should have been there. A lot of people, when they're apologized to, come back and attack because they subconsciously know that they're in an advantageous position, that they can then pile on a little bit more, and the person will continue to apologize, and resist that temptation, and instead have an actual useful conversation instead of just attacking the person back. This is where the whole trust thing comes from. They are trusting you to give them a real honest reaction when you hear what they have to say honestly. And again, I just base this off of what he's saying in this song is, I could have done more. We're both handling it pretty shitty right now. I wish I could have done better, and I'm sorry. And since he's doing it in public, like, she could walk up to him at any point and be like, yeah, you should be sorry, and blah, blah, blah. But why do that? Why attack instead of trying to make peace? I would say. But again, there's got to be actual remorse. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out my ass. And I don't know. Papa Squat. Checking out. Thank you very much. Quantity. Good choice. Good music tonight.